What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope, Raw Bricks. So Chris just did a video not too long ago talking about blades that you would carry, and I think the prerequisite on that one was you carry it on your hip or whatever. So and it's blades that you don't want to get rid of, you're keeping. So these are blades that I'm keeping. Some of these I use on a daily basis. Some of these I haven't even tested yet, but I know I'm not going to get rid of them. So I'm going to give you a flyby real quick. So we have the Rat Bastard from Zombie Tools. We have the Felon. We have the ᶠᶸᵏ field knife. Tops, designed by Andy Tran. We have the Infrax Punisher. Tops, designed by Daniel Serto. We have the BK9 Becker. We have the SXB tops, designed by EJ Snyder. We have the Tracker Digger. I don't know who designed that, but that's put out by Tops. We have the Sharp Tooth Tactical, manufactured by Tops, put out by Oliver from Slice Steel. We have the ᶠᶸᵏ 3.5, I believe, Tops knives as well. Max 7, put out by Tops. ᶠᶸᵏ, put out by Tops. I think Leo from Tops designed this one. We have the Cut 4.0 by Joshua Swanigan. We have the Ice. Well, let me get it out so you guys can actually see it, because you can't really see it very well. We have the Ice, designed by Andy Tran, manufactured by Tops. Then we have a couple of trades here. This is the SCHF 11. Let's see. This is one of the budget blades. Put it over here. And then we also have another trade. This one is a 51. Is it 51? Yeah. SCHF 51. Alright, so I don't want to make too much noise here. Wife's still asleep. And then we got the last one. This is a new one I just got, but I know I'm not going to get rid of it. This one's by Smith & Wesson, and it's the SWF 5LM. Okay, so that's the quick flyby of the choices I have on the table here, and let's start figuring it out. Okay, so let's do the budgets first. Okay. Budgets, I think, are blades that are supposed to be under $100. So this guy, this guy, this guy, and I believe the BK9 was under $100. I think I paid under 100 or around $100 for it. Now, obviously, I've got extra things added on here that were not part of the original blade, but it is what it is. Do I have any others here that are 100 or under? I don't think so. So I really like the ergonomics of this, but he's out. Ooh, I don't know. This is kind of, I don't know. This one I haven't used yet. I like it, but I don't have enough data on it yet. Let's see here. So it's really between the 51 and the BK9. Now the BK9, I tested the shit out of and was pleasantly surprised by it. So those are your options there. I think even though this is really beefy, really sturdy, and I know it would do pretty well in most basic task and is extremely comfortable in the hand, I'm going to go with the BK9 because I'm not necessarily going for like bushcraft and things of that nature. I'm looking more for a combat blade first, followed by some secondary uses after the fact. So this was pretty straightforward for me. So BK9 is the option I chose. Now hopefully this is a sub $100. If this is not a sub $100 and this gets disqualified, then it would be the BK51. Okay, that's the one I would go with, BK51. But if this is under $100, like I'd have to go and double check, then my choice is going to be the BK9. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Now it's the harder part. We've got Shark Tooth Tactical is one of my all-time favorite blades, but the problem that I have with it is blade's not long enough. I wish the blade was about maybe this long here. Then it would fit very well with the philosophy I want. So that's going to be the first out. I like the Mac 7. I like the feel of it. I think this is going to be a really good combat blade, but above and beyond combat. I can't see it, so that's out. Let's see here. Angry 3.5. This one is really nice because it's good for chopping, it's good for combat, it's lightweight. It hits very, very good on a lot of my specific test points. So maybe. That's not a no yet, it's a maybe, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the maybe pile. The Tracker Digger, it's just too short for me. If this one also was maybe about here, it would have fell into the maybe range. But as it stands right here with its base function, it's going to go in a no. Alright, let's see here now. The SXB is a beast of a blade, designed for a lot of different uses. It actually beat my favorite blade, the Infrax Punisher, in the head-to-head testing that I did with it. So this is a maybe. Maybe. I don't know yet. Just like I said, this is going to be difficult. And of course, I mentioned the Infrax Punisher, which is probably the most heavily abused, tested blade that I have. I have done so much with this, and I just have complete faith in this blade. In my hands, this thing is perfect fit, perfect comfort. I enjoy it, I like it, so this is definitely a maybe. The ᶠᶸᶜᵏ Field Knife, super lightweight, very well designed, very comfortable, but it's too thin, and I don't think this would hold up to what I would want to do with it, because I've already tested this thing extensively. Why did this guy cut off? Okay, I've already tested this guy pretty extensively, and you can see the blade chipped. I even busted the tip on this. You know, part of the weight reduction and everything else makes it an excellent blade for processing wood, doing things of that nature, but in a harder use situation it does tend to have some issues. So this one is going to go to the no pile. Okay. Alright. Now, Rat Bastard. This thing is amazing, does great damage, very comfortable. But the problem with this is it's a little on the heavy side, and I'm trying to whittle down to, you know, must-have. So the other problem with this one is mounting and having it on the hip or anything else. It doesn't really have any kind of attachment to make it easy to carry. So this would have to go like on a bag or something else. So it's going to go to the no. Felon. Okay, so this one does have a carry. It's heavy, but not heavy enough to pull it out of the running. This, from a combat point of view, is probably one of my favorite blades, just off the aesthetics, the fear factor, the intimidation, before even being used. So I think from a fighting point of view, this would have been just an obvious pick, but the problem is I also need something that I can use, you know, in an urban setting to pop a door, something else, and I just don't see this being used in that regards. But from a combat point of view, most definitely, but this is going to go in a no. Alright, so now we've got ᶠᶸᵏ, okay, which I am a firm believer is going to be just a monster, huge chopper. Could just be used to take doors apart, get inside, bash, and everything else. I definitely think so. From a fighting point of view, this is a little too heavy for me, I think. So it wouldn't be as nimble a choice. But this is going to go in a no just because this is the opposite of the felon, right? So the felon is a perfect fighter. I think this is a perfect chopper, processing, urban destruction for walls, doors, things of that nature. But I'm going to have to say no on this one. Okay. Now we've got the Cut 4.0, right? So the Cut is super comfortable, super lightweight, very functional, awesome from a fighting point of view, slashing, stabbing, etc. Comfort factors through the roof. This is one of my favorite blades, something that I carry on me on a regular basis, but I don't think it's long enough for what I would need, and also able to do some of the other urban tasks. So this is going to be a no, but I will wear it for right now because I'm fond of it. And then for the same exact reasons, I'm going to take out the ice. I think ice is a fucking great last ditch blade, everyday carry, things of that nature. So maybe I'll do a top 3 EDC type blade thing, but for carry on your hip and, you know, kind of last ditch, yeah, this is going to go to the no. So you can see my no pile, with the exception of my budget blades here, is pretty extensive. So now I got 3 blades left here. So now I got to whittle out of these 3 to basically 2. And so actually I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy out of the equation just because I had to go with this. My M4X Punisher is my all-time favorite blade. It has never let me down. It has exceeded my expectations over and over and over again, and it is basically just one of my all-time favorite designs. And I love this blade. So this one is staying, and then of course the one that beat it, the Skull Crusher Extreme, the SXB by E.J. Snyder, is a fucking amazing blade. This thing is just a monster. So I could see this inside of combat. I could see this tearing walls apart in an urban situation. I could see this thing just processing wood, chopping. I'm not a bushcrafter, but you know, hey, you can learn skills as you go. I like this. I like this a lot. I hate the sheath, but the sheath will work for, you know, what I need right now. So that is number 1, number 2, and number 3. And if number 3 is disqualified because of the price, then the 51. And you might not think this would work in combat, but I'm telling you, this guy is is super good in the hands. It's very nimble, very strong grip on it. So if this thing got bloody, the handles on this would just still allow you to grip on and hold on. So I don't know, I just really like the 51 for a budget anyway. And of course, this is not a standard sheet. This was something that was done, I had ordered from Country Prepper. So what I'll do is I'll come in here again, show you my top 3. So the Inflorex Punisher, which I'm sure everybody's like, yeah, fucking no shit, Rob. We knew that was probably going to make your list no problem. The SXB might have been a surprise for some of you folks. And then the BK9, which recalled from previous testing just exceeded my expectations when I did a face-off challenge. And if this guy happens to be too much, then we're going to go with the 51. So that's my choices. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you guys want to do your own challenge like this, go for it. I think it's a pretty cool thing. Chris just left it kind of open-ended. Chris from Prepared Mind 101. And so I figured I would do the same thing. I'll just leave it open. Anybody that wants to make a video on this, go for it. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So if you like it, please subscribe. Tell all your friends far and wide. Until next time, motherfuckers, please be good to yourself, good to each other. Live life to the fucking fullest. Go out and have an adventure. Get some scars, tell some stories, love each other, and all that jazz. Alright, guys.